Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, then turn that notification button on right now.
WWE is a place where wrestlers from all over the globe come to compete against one another on the grandest stage of them all. Since there's a lot of places in the world, that comes with obvious variety in people, and with the variety can be found a number of beautiful, cool, and exotic tattoos on these people. While the wrong tattoo can go a long way to reduce the image of a wrestler in the eyes of a fan, a good tattoo, however, can drastically add to the overall persona of a wrestler. In this list, we will talk about those top 10 tattoos that help to add something more to the persona of the wrestlers. Chris Jericho is one of the most recognizable stars inside and outside WWE. After finding success in the ring, Jericho's band Fozzy was also able to find success on the outside. Y2J has always had his finisher on the pulse of the world, changing his character with the demands from the fans. From being a young lion to the famous run as the heel Jericho who injured Shawn Michaels, almost forcing him into retirement, to his last run in the Festival of Friendship, Jericho is someone who knows what the fans want and gives it to them. He also has two extremely interesting and beautiful tattoos which would be recognizable to any fans of music. On his wrist and forearms, Jericho has a mummy biting a chain and Lady Justice. The mummy is actually a pictorial representation of the heavy metal group Iron Maiden's Eddie, the official and ominous mascot who appears in a number of their albums and videos. Lady Justice is the cover art for Metallica's and Justice for All album. A lot of current fans may or may not be familiar with OHaire. Coming to WWE from WCW, he and his partner Chuck Palumbo made their debut in WWE in 2001. Their first feuds were with the Hardy Boys and the Acolytes, also known as the APA. Palumbo and OHaire were able to actually defeat the Hardy Boys and pick up the WWE Tag Team titles. They soon lost them and were subsequently separated, after which OHaire was sent to Ohio Valley Wrestling to work on his wrestling skills. When he came back to the roster, he had an undefeated run, defeating several top-tier stars like Rikishi, Funaki, Chris Benoit, and even Eddie Guerrero, just to name a few. He also cultivated a sinister persona, where the ink on his body went to highlight his character even further. Of all his tattoos, however, the red and blue spider webs on both of his wrists added something extra to his character. This added to his image as he went preaching to different stars to embrace the darker side of their personality. One star who had a lot of potential was Wade Barrett. If there is one star who did not live up to the expectations or the obvious potential that he had, it again was Wade Barrett. The leader of the Nexus, Barrett was an amazing athlete to say the least. His strong striking style offense was ahead of its time in WWE and wasn't really appreciated as it should have been. He was seen in the League of Nations before he left the company without having fulfilled any of his potential still. Outside WWE though, he has found success in Hollywood and is continuing to make movies while also commentating for various promotions. One tattoo of Wade Barrett that sticks out is the rose tattoo on his right shoulder. Be it the composition or design of it, there is something great about the ink that he sports. The tattoo has 4 inked banners reading boredom, culture, alienation, and despair. This is a line from the Maniac Street Preachers' 1992 single Little Baby Nothing. That band is his favorite and he has made no secret about it, and the tattoo just goes to show the support that he has for them, while also being an incredible piece of body art. Another former WWE employee who has made it big in Hollywood is Dave Bautista, who is another extremely recognizable face. He was part of the infamous faction Evolution to begin his career in WWE and broke away, later winning the world title before going on to feud with the most top talent in WWE, which includes the likes of Triple H, The Undertaker, Big Show, The Great Khali, Rey Mysterio, and Shawn Michaels. Outside WWE, fans of cinema will know him from the James Bond film, Skyfall, not to mention the huge Marvel Cinematic Universe where he plays Drax the Destroyer. Bautista has always been a ferocious and intimidating performer, and the tattoo that is a dragon covers almost all of his back, and it helps to add to his image. The dragon is huge and intricate, displaying a large number of scales. The tattoo went along with the contours of his back and also helped to accentuate his muscles as if that needed to be done. Another WWE star with an amazing back tattoo is Brock Lesnar. The Beast is known for his ability to take on anyone at all in the ring, and for his knowledge of legitimate offense. He was successful in WWE before leaving to join the UFC. Since then he has come back to WWE, though he does not work a full-time schedule. His matches are always huge, and his run with the company now shows him holding the Universal title, and it's been about a year since he beat Goldberg for it at the last WrestleMania. Along the way, he has defeated challengers like Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Roman Reigns, but his skills are again set to be challenged by Roman Reigns in a one-on-one match at WrestleMania 34. And if you thought Brock Lesnar looked ferocious from the front, good God almighty, look at him from behind. A tattoo of a demon skull covers most of his back with a sword going through it, and two armless hands with ice picks seemingly clawing into his shoulder blades. A good description of the tattoo, to make it simple, is it's cool, but it's also kinda evil. The charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy is one of the most exciting performers in the history of WWE, hardly ever hesitating before jumping off increasingly higher platforms, doing so much harm to his body for the sake of entertaining the fans. His tattoos, which he described as artistic impulses, add to his image. The roots are my way of connecting with the earth. The earth's roots carry the water like a human's veins carry blood, Hardy explained in an interview. He also paints his face before a match in the ring, which definitely highlights the real tattoos that he already had on his body. Another star that has a lot of tattoos is Randy Orton, but it is the tattoo which follows his arm in full sleeves and along the back of his neck. The Viper was an unpredictable wrestler in WWE, often letting his temper get the best of him, but the tattoos, however, are flawless. They follow the natural contours of his body in a tribal design coiling around the Viper's neck, upper body, and shoulders. His back and shoulder tattoo along with the full sleeves make for an incredible bit of body art, and it's really difficult to think of the Viper without it. The Phenom is a legend and will soon be inducted into the Hall of Fame. While it's not clear whether or not he has retired, The Undertaker has been a consistent force in WWE ever since he arrived in the company in 1990. Carrying a persona of death and mystery, there is no one in the world who has heard of WWE but doesn't know The Undertaker. He may have lost his match against Roman Reigns, but he may be facing John Cena very soon. His persona remains the best protected till this day, as he carried it off with an immense amount of dedication. To add to this persona, he has the perfect tattoo of demons and skulls. Looking at his right arm is like looking at the underworld. The tattoo on The Undertaker's right sleeve is the Thinking Demon, which was done by famous tattoo artist Paul Booth of Last Rites Tattoos Theater. This remains an integral part of the image of The Undertaker. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is one wrestler in WWE to have gained the most success on the outside while being a success in the company as well. He was one of the faces of the company during the Attitude Era and since has come a long way. Since his debut in the movie series of The Mummy, The Rock has gone on to become the actor in Hollywood who made the most money last year. Appearing in several films and a former WWE heavyweight champ, there is no doubt about his success in or outside the ring. In 2003, The Rock took a trip to Hawaii to get inked by a famous Tahitian tattoo artist. The sessions were long and emotional, but after 3 of them, The Rock had one of the best and most intricate tattoos in WWE. His left shoulder was marked with numerous symbols, which were all drawn freehand to commemorate the struggles of the former champion and the importance of his family to him. He divided the meaning of tattoo into 3 parts: his family, protecting his family, and an aggressive warrior spirit who cannot be pinned down. The Rock's tattoo is a symbol of everything that a tattoo should be and is rightfully one of the best in WWE history. The current WWE champion AJ Styles is one of the most popular wrestlers in WWE currently, and with good reason. After a career outside, where he made his name on the independent scene working in Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and as well as New Japan Pro Wrestling, when he finally made the jump to WWE, fans expected him to be buried, but to their surprise, he was soon holding the title. He had some of the most epic matches since arriving on the scene, including the match of the year last year with the ever-present John Cena. While The Rock's tattoo symbolizes family, AJ Styles has little symbolism to it, simply saying how important the family is to him. On Styles' right torso, underneath the giant AJ, there are several dates, all of which are for the dates of his 4 children that were born. While he travels around the world, the life of a wrestler takes an obvious toll on the family life, and AJ is missing out on spending time with his family members. He often posts pictures of his family, and it's obvious how important his children and wife are to him, and the tattoo, once explained, is simply heart-melting. And these were 10 of the best tattoos in WWE. I hope you don't hate me for making the 10 worst tattoos because we made a 10 best one. As always, thank you so much for watching Wrestling Hub. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I'll be back with more wrestling videos, so stay tuned.